Tonight, you will see right here on 11 Alive. Teenage twin sisters who said they found their mother dead, but later confessed to killing her.
For months, they lied to police. For years, they lived with the crime. And we have to warn you here, what you're about to see is very graphic.
Oh, but this horrible crime never went before a judge or a jury, and we believe it is important for you to hear the truth about what really happened inside that house between those twins and their mother. Katie?
Well, DeMarco, through open records requests, 11 Alive has obtained critical evidence that never made it into a courtroom. Crime scene photos, interrogation tapes, surveillance video, and finally the twins' tape confessions. These puzzle pieces show the twins as they spin a web of denials and what investigators used to unravel it. Identical twins share everything. Birthdays, clothing, even DNA. But Jasmiyah and Tasmiyah Whitehead also share a dark past. These twins admitted to murdering their mother, a confession that came after 4 months of lying to cover it up.
Twin girls had come home and found their mother deceased.
At first glance, these two sweet 16-year-old girls had just discovered a gruesome scene.
It was the bloodiest scene I think I've ever been to.
January 13th, 2010, one of the girls flags down a passing police car. Inside their home, Conyers police find their mother dead after a brutal attack, submerged in a bathtub.
As soon as you opened the door, you could smell the blood, like the copper iron smell.
The girls, known as Taz and Jazz, are described as visibly distraught and taken into the care of Conyers police.
You come over here, sweetheart. Come sit over here.
Until now, these tapes have never been seen by the public.
Jazz, screaming or say something. I looked that way, and all I saw was blood all over the floor.
We were treating them as, victims, witnesses that
admit it, this is all an act.
He's not gonna come back.
Several times, Jazz asked for her mother.
Mommy. Mama.
A mother that she, along with her sister, murdered.
You gotta be strong, Jay. You got to. Because I'm gonna make sure they find the person that did it.
The people who did it are in this room, lying to police.
It's a little red thingy that sit on one of the tables. I didn't see it.
there was a vase, a big giant red vase. That had been used to strike their mother.
More lies, some laced with truth.
There was blood in front of the door, and there was a line of blood, like somebody dragged her in there. Because I thought, you know how the lines out on TV?
That's true. Nikki Whitehead's lifeless body was dragged to the bathtub.
And there were drag marks that went from the living room into the master bedroom into the master bathroom.
Listen as Jazz actually admits to touching her mother's dead body.
I went to her room, and I seen the blood all in there on the floor. And I went in there and I seen her and I touched her.
Later, police would learn she not only touched her, she cut her, bit her, and along with her sister, nearly severed her mother's spinal cord.
That night, we started to have suspicions. There's just something didn't add up. Something didn't seem right.
You didn't see her at all this morning when you left to go to school?
Because she locks her door, because she got a lock that you have to have a key to. And she locks her door at night.
More answers brought more questions.
And what time did y'all leave the house?
We missed the bus, so we had to walk.
You walked all the way to Rockdale?
It's not far.
But this surveillance tape shows the girls walk to a gas station and hitchhike to school with a stranger.
Is that the clothes you wore to school today?
And arrive there 2 hours late, as seen here on this school surveillance camera.
Made all your classes today?
Yes.
By now, police are getting suspicious.
Hey girls, we're going to have to get you guys clothes, and I'll tell you why. You were in the crime scene.
The girls have had a history of domestic troubles with their mother for years. It's evident by this handwritten letter recovered by police at the scene. It was sent from Jazz to her boyfriend. She says, "I just hate living here, being with her."
Tell me you hate her and stuff. When she was dead, and she really did die. I told her that plenty of times, and she never died.
Presumably to hide their injuries, both girls wear gloves indoors, but police quickly noticed and asked that they be taken off.
Let me see your hands and your arms. What happened here?
I got into a fight.
You had a fight with her?
She points to her sister, but the fight was actually with her mother.
They both had what could have been bite marks or scratch marks on their hands. Taz had a bite mark on her left arm.
Detectives decide it's time to separate the girls.
All right. Taz, I want you to come come out here and sit with them for a minute? I'm going to talk to your sister.
Why y'all gonna separate us?
Because we need to talk to y'all separate. I know it sounds mean, but it's really not.
Police will now compare stories, and unlike the twins, they're far from identical.
Now, tomorrow night, we're going to pick up with this story right where we left off. Police start to look at the girls as suspects and apply pressure that ultimately leads to on-camera confessions. We have those tapes as well.
I tell you, it is absolutely chilling watching that video, especially when you know that they're lying.
Right, it is. And when you see the confessions, it's even more dramatic how different the stories are at the beginning and the end. So it really is the complete story, getting all this evidence.
And pick up the story again tomorrow.
And I've been live chatting with folks about the story. You can go to 11alive.com, and I'm going to be live chatting until 11:30 tonight with any questions.
Wow. All right, part 2 tomorrow. Can't wait to see it.
Thanks,
Katie. Thank you.
What a story.
Yeah.